Today's mini lecture is about fluency writing. Fluency writing is my special little name for something that we'll be doing a lot of in this class. Often you'll see in the, oh gosh, check out this hair today. Often you'll see in our assignments that I'll put fluency writing or FW. And fluency writing is a technique that has several really useful effects. It helps us speed up our writing and become more fluent. It helps us write more words on more lines faster. It helps speed up our thinking, especially when we have to focus on a complex or challenging task. And it also is a really good way to build up your confidence, to get familiar with some strange terms or strange ideas. And it's got a couple specific rules. So first of all, most importantly, fluency writing is always done for a limited time. And in this class, we'll refer to it again and again and again as something that should be done in a 10-minute frame. So when we're doing fluency writing assignments, we're going to limit our work to 10 minutes. We're going to use all 10 minutes, but we're not going to go over. So it's a timed exercise. You'll need to look at a clock, look at your watch, set a timer, and keep going, no matter how tired you may feel, all the way to the end of the 10 minutes. And then once that ringer rings or that clock ticks, you must stop. If you have more to say, more ideas, or you're really into it, you can always come back to those ideas in a later fluency writing entry. So first, limited time. Second rule is that fluency writing is non-stop. So when I say non-stop, I mean that you're trying to keep your pen on the paper and moving forward briskly as quickly as you can. If at any moment your brain goes blank, welcome to the human race. But even if you have no idea what to write, keep your pen moving by writing the. What will happen is that if you keep your muscles going, eventually some other thought will drop into your head and you can pick it up and just continue on writing that thought. So there's no time to reread. There's no time to fix spelling or fix punctuation. None of that is our concern in fluency writing. In fluency writing, our work is trying to get our thoughts to move forward out of our brain and onto the paper as quickly and as steadily as we can. So fluency writing is limited time. Fluency is non-stop. And the other issue about fluency writing is fluency writing needs to be regular. So when I say regular, it's an exercise that needs to be repeated. So we're going to have 3 assignments that are required every single week of 10-minute bouts of fluency writing. Very often I will give you something to write about, but more often or also you're going to have fluency writing assignments that are writer's choice, when you just sit down and open up a page and start going. Now I'm talking about fluency writing as if it's a handwriting exercise, and I kind of really think that it is. So even though we're online, even though we're very plugged into our phones and plugged into our computers, for the first couple weeks, I want you to get a special pad or a special notebook or something that you can use that's just for your fluency writing. And to get started, I want you to do your fluency writing by hand. Your fingers may hurt the first couple times, for real. So you're going to grab a piece of paper, grab a pen of your choice, look at a clock, and zoom for 10 minutes. I want you to see how much of a page you can fill up in 10 minutes. Is it the half a page? Is it a whole page? Is it 2 pages? You can skip lines if you have ugly handwriting, which is a good idea. And then what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to take a picture of that fluency writing and post that picture as an assignment so that I can see what you're doing and see how they're coming up. So figure out how to do that, borrow a phone or a camera, whatever you want to do. And I don't care how pretty or ugly your handwriting is. I just want you to give it your full 10 minutes. So fluency writing is limited time, 10 minutes. Fluency writing is non-stop. The, if your brain goes blank. And by the way, I write a lot, but I still have that. When I'm fluency writing, some days I'm really focused and 10 minutes goes by really fast. I have lots to say. Other days, I am like spacey, and my brain jumps all over the place. And I have thes for a couple sentences. I come into the other idea. That's completely normal. Whether you are focused and consistent for 10 minutes, that's good fluency writing. And if you are jumping all over the place with lots of thes, that's also good fluency writing. The only bad fluency writing you can do is fluency writing that isn't done. So it's really not even about the quality of the writing or thinking at the outset. It's really a practice that helps us turn on our brain, turn on our writing muscles, turn on our attention really quickly, and then turn it off at 10 minutes. And developing this really dependable turning on writing switch and turning off writing switch is one of the most valuable skills I will give you over the course of our 101 class. So really important exercise. Regular. When I have you guys in the classroom, we do this every day. Well, every 24 hours. So that's a really reasonable practice for the motivated among you. But because it's so crazy with COVID and online and stuff, we're gonna start with 3 a week. Some of them I will assign, some of them I will ask you to do. And we're going to be collecting all this fluency writing into a great big pile. So at the end of the semester, midterm, we'll see how many you've got. At the end of the semester, we'll look at all your fluency writing, the early fluency writing, the later fluency writing, and we'll see what changes we notice in your writing. So this is a really legitimate test, both of your effort, a test of your persistence, and it's also a test of me. If I've done my job right, we should be able to look at your early fluency writing and your late fluency writing and see some real growth and some real changes and have a really good idea of how much you've accomplished this term and how much you're going to accomplish next term when you come on over to take 102 or your next writing class. All right, so limited time, nonstop, regular. And then the only other thing I want to say, the other rule that's kind of important, is fluency writing is public writing, which is to say when you're writing fluency writing, you know that I will read it. At different times, we'll be posting fluency writing on discussion boards. Other students in the class will read it. So you may be personal. In fact, readers love to hear about our lives and what we care about and what matters. But so personal writing's okay, but private writing isn't okay. If it's something you would want for a diary, I'm thrilled to hear that you guys are having great dates, but when it comes to, tongue or no tongue when you kissed, that's maybe crossing the line from personal to private. So that line is really interesting. What people count as personal and they're willing to share as part of being known and part of knowing others, that's where we draw that line is really different. Some people feel wonderful sharing about their families and their personal histories. For others, they like to keep certain boundaries between the professional world of a writing class, the professional world of school, and the private world of their home and families and past. So that's a limit that we'll be thinking about. What are personal details that are powerful to use in our writing? What is professional or objective data that is more persuasive than something that's idiosyncratic or personal? Oh, there's a great word for you guys, idiosyncratic. It means like highly personal, idiosyncratic. I love it. It means a quirk, something that's peculiar to somebody, an idiosyncrasy. One of my idiosyncrasies of my class is they call me Captain Kirk. How many of your teachers have a nickname that you use? It's an idiosyncrasy of the class, a quirk, a particularity, something that's unique to our conversation, our teaching and learning, and my pedagogy. Idiosyncrasy. So there you have fluency writing, and you have some really great vocabulary words for your lexicon. Way to go, gang. We're getting into it. See you next time.